8 ways you can beat AI at work. AI is definitely going to be a part of the workplace going forward. It may become great, but many in their excitement and hype have jumped the gun. That includes companies who, after being gung ho about AI and dumping workers as irrelevant, quietly did an about face and hired employees back when AI promises didn't live up the potential. We are afraid of AI because we are just looking at its strength, but it does still have a lot of weaknesses. Weaknesses that you can compete with to beat AI and keep humans, especially you, in the valued worker column. With that in mind, let's look at the ways you beat AI at work. You versus AI. 1. It's fast but mediocre. You can beat mediocre, right? That's because AI doesn't produce the best output. It produces generically acceptable outputs, fast. Think about it. Ever get an answer to an AI query and say to yourself, wow, that's brilliant? Probably not. You probably appreciated that AI put together something in the ballpark fast, like a summary or an image. You have something, but likely it isn't completely right, and likely just bland. So much that you usually have to go in and change it. So it was at a level that would wow your boss. And when everyone in the company uses AI, they produce mediocre fast too. A trap that will ensnare the lazier employees if they just pass their bland AI outputs along. In fact, there's a term for that now: work slop. Surveys say work slop has already been received by 40% of workers, and 15% of the overall content they receive is work slop. And workers are frustrated. Those who don't want slop, like your coworker or boss, as they have to put an average of 1 hour and 56 minutes per incident to improve it. So, if you want to beat AI, don't be mediocre. If you don't, give yourself a point against AI. 2. It makes mistakes. AI is intelligent, not like reasoning detective intelligent, more like idiot savant intelligent. It pulls a lot of data and makes a best guess. Problem is, it can't always understand the more important relationships between two different things when making that guess. For example, it might notice that bus drivers are always in yellow buses and deduce that bus drivers like the color yellow. Possible, but not necessarily true. Unrelated associations are what they call hallucinations or semantic leakage. What does that mean to you? AI can create answers that it thinks is right, but is mistaken. AI is famously and repeatedly documented confidently asserting that the word strawberry has two R's. It has three. Law firms and consulting firms like Deloitte and other organizations have gotten into trouble relying on AI, using it to generate critical assessment documents. One of the major reasons is that while AI is trained enough and is corrected enough, that's called training, to have learned relationships between some things. At the same time, it doesn't always understand or has been trained enough to understand how different things can also be the same or can be applied together. Humans do that naturally. And while AI may have the intelligence of a small, extremely smart child, a small child still can beat AI. That's because a child has taken in enough context and experiences to see and process data that AI might not have or is trained to understand. A child may not understand gravity as a data point, but they know and feel how it relates and affects water in a glass. Or when a child gets past the peekaboo stage in learning the idea of permanence, can predict what can be behind a wall, like their parents in another room. So why does your boss need you? You won't make mistakes like that, and you're better than a child. And a child can be better than AI. Point goes to you and the humans. 3. It wants a cut of your business. Companies like OpenAI are proposing a new business model that if their AI aids in helping people or a company generate new innovations, it wants a cut of the revenue the idea generates. For something like a new drug, that could be millions, if not billions, that AI will want from your employer. Meanwhile, you work mostly on salary. When you think of it that way, you look like a really good deal now, don't you? Point goes to the humans. 4. It can't understand human experiences. It's good at processing data, but not like a human. It can process data points but not emotional or experiential awareness. For example, ask AI to tell you what chocolate tastes like. Or, how do you think this business decision would affect the emotional perception of the brand? It can give you data. It might tell you document trends, but it can't measure or estimate how the emotional side of a human will respond. And that's important because humans don't always follow data and logic in their decisions. So, if you have a good bead on how humans feel and how emotions will play into an event, and can help your boss or business bring that into your business's strategy and objectives, give yourself another point. 5. It can do bad things, not out of evil so much, but think of them more like those minions from the movies, trying to do what you asked. But even a simple task can quickly get out of hand if they aren't supervised by human guardrails. In December 2025, a Wall Street Journal experiment showed that an AI operated unsupervised vending machine went rogue, giving away its entire inventory and purchasing unauthorized items after being tricked by employees. You wouldn't do that, would you? Then the humans win again. 6. Your boss doesn't get it. AI is the Lubu trend for corporate America. Somebody said it was cool. FOMO on the hype kicked in, and everybody, businesses, rushed to get it because it's the in vogue thing to have. They went at it so fast and with little analysis, a lot of businesses bought in without a plan of what to do with it, especially what it could solve. Ever had a new coworker that everyone starts to realize can't really help with anything big, and you just give them a small project like you're giving an intern busy work? Well, that's AI right now at most workplaces. Again, point for the humans. 7. It's not profitable. You have a job because you are a cost, but you are a cost that makes money, even if it's just that you have enough experience and contextual awareness that won't make a mistake for the business that ends up costing them millions. That's not AI right now. The only people making money from AI are those selling AI, and most of them aren't profitable either. And looking at you humans adding value to the company, point goes to humans. 8. Can't be proactive solving problems. AI solves problems you tell it, not many problems you haven't already identified. It's kind of like being able to solve the problem of the Titanic hitting the iceberg after it hits, as opposed to predicting or asking the question if the icebergs might be a problem before sailing. People are better at seeing problems before they become problems. Last point for humans and the win. There you have it. 8 ways you can beat AI at work. Written by a human. Read by AI. If this helped you, hit that like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching.